The finals?
Welcome to Deep Dive Daily.
Andy, good morning. You want something wild?
I do.
8th anniversary of the deep dive on 8/8.
Aw.
And our 800th episode today. We didn't plan this, but we are up to 800 episodes. No, I make that part up, but I think we're probably pretty close.
So now that we do these daily ones, or we've
I
been
think we
ripping
racked
out
them up,
daily
yeah.
ones.
We racked them
Yeah,
up this
it's like,
summer.
that's like 20 a month plus whatever else we did. Yeah, so we racked up like a bonus 100. Yeah, we're just sandbagging at that point.
Mailing it in. Yeah.
The 8th anniversary, the traditional gift is bronze or pottery, while the
Ooh.
modern is linen or lace. So I will be getting you a very nice negligee, I guess, when you arrive in Las Vegas. Waiting in your room will be
I'll bring you
some.
I'll bring you some pot.
teddy.
How about that?
Yeah, that works too.
All right. Let's talk a little whip around of what's going on in the NFL outside of the structure of our normal NFL previews. Does that sound good?
Yeah, it's nice to take a break. Those are a lot of fun, but boy.
It's rare. Let me ask you this. It's rare to have like an actual like change of opinion based on 6 plays. But I feel like there's a team that you have to make a sincere adjustment to their. I think there's 2 teams that you have to make a sincere adjustment to their rating to after yesterday. One of them came from off the field. We have to adjust the Chargers offensive line number because I got to imagine a healthy downgrade is in order going from Rashawn Slater to Trey the third. But more than that, I think the ceiling, the high, the upper tail, the left tail, right tail, the good tail of the Colts distribution is just now gone. Right.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way you could take any positive from what happened with Richardson yesterday and say that there still might be something that could be salvaged from this. Is that crazy? Am I overreacting? I mean, they're up against a fucking second team defense.
He's fine. Like, it was just a little dislocation, but I don't believe in him. And then when you saw Daniel Jones, like, there's not like we have
There's
a
no
second
found
option.
gold there.
There's no found gold. Like, honestly, and I don't know that the Eagles would part with him for anything below like maybe a pretty high second. But there's like 5 teams that should trade for Tanner McKee. I know that it's preseason, and God, Clev reminded of us this too, because he was talking about how Shador will look, and we can't react to that. Remember, DTR looked like a very, very good quarterback in the preseason. Preseason's one thing, but like Tanner McKee looks pretty poised, and I think he's probably the starter on like the Saints, the Colts, the Giants.
I honestly did not.
I'd like to see what I got from him if I'm one of those teams.
I didn't watch much of that, but I'll note that he was going up against the second string cornerbacks in a room that's already pretty weak. And I think also there is in general like an interest in a lot of those second string guys for the Eagles to kind of make a statement that they should be on a championship contending team and try to get a ring, right? Like if you're second string there, you're not like, like going through the motions. You're very much trying to convince you're fighting for spots 49 through 53 on the roster. I think, you're giving max effort. At least that's what it felt like. The clips I saw. Passing offense though for the Bengals was fucking amazing in that first quarter. Yeah. I know it's vanilla season, but oof.
It's still like mid-season form immediately. I think you put them all on the shelf. We're fine. See you week 1. I think you guys got it. We're good. Just kind of circling back to the Chargers too.
Yeah.
Mekhi Becton's not practicing either. Like he's going to be fine. It's not. They're saying it's not a serious injury. I guess they always say that. It's not a serious shoulder injury for Ennis Rakestraw, and then he's out for the season the next day. Yeah. But I mean, between having to bring in a new tackle and then your starting guard not practicing, I do worry that it's going to be another messy year up front for them, which sucks because it feels like they have a high ceiling when everybody's healthy. It just has never come to fruition. Almost like they're cursed for leaving San Diego. It has been a pretty cursed franchise. I mean, we joke about that, but boy,
Yeah,
it's example after example.
Firework, like that's wild. Yeah.
Yeah,
This
the
guy,
fireworks thing.
we might have to kick this guy out of the chat. He's stealing my takes. I was gonna bring this up. I mean, this is very, very on my radar. Like the fact that he is +2 anything for offensive rookie of the year feels insane to me. Like the idea that there's a huge separation between him and like the next group of rookie running backs is tough for me to like buy into. And then you factor in the idea that the Raiders are probably going to be in a negative game state for a lot of their season. And how exactly is he getting this magical, absurd volume that everyone is expecting if they're chasing leads? Yeah. Like this is not set up well for him to come out flying out. Plus, the offensive line has question marks, particularly in the middle. No, there's not like a good, strong skill group there. So I'm very, 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 I guess, prepared for Austin Genty to be like 5th
mid
rookie running back of this class, and much rather have Hampton and Henderson tickets in pocket, because I feel like
Henderson.
I feel like those are better, especially at price.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
the price is the biggest thing. We're not saying, AD is joking.
Yes. Well, kind of, but like this is on my mind too. Like this guy got used like I know,
but I mean that's a conversation we'll have in like a couple years, and it's like, hey, guess what? He's had 2,000 touches in the last 4 years, and
only one of those was in the NFL.
Yeah, and we'll see how this goes, but it is interesting because it's going to be a team, like you said, the game state works against him. It's not a good offensive line. It might not be the best offensive scheme, and he's such a big favorite. Like the numbers, what's the silly part? I don't think he's going to be a bust. He has the skill set to be a good running back, but at the same time, I mean, running backs flame out all the time, and running backs get injured all the time because it's it's one of the positions where you're taking a lot of hits. If you are RB1, I mean, who takes more hit? The offensive lines are butting heads every play, but who takes the biggest hits constantly and gets tackled the most? It's your running back one. And I mean, it just lends itself to injuries. So yeah, the number is silly. I think it's a lot smarter to go down the board for that. What was it? Oh, the Colts thing too. I think they lost a corner as well.
Oh yes.
It was somebody who was competing.
Have it on my radar. They were going to be starting a third string corner, and now that guy's out. So you got a backfill there.
He was competing for a starting spot. It wasn't guaranteed, but he was definitely in the competition to start, and now he's gone. So I'm kind of worried about the Colts.
It's so depressing for the Colts too, because like they have like a really, really solid wide receiver room. Jonathan Taylor is a good player. Their offensive line has very good players on it. None of them played last night, by the way.
Yeah.
I did think it was kind of interesting that they sent Anthony Richardson out there as like a proof of concept without either of the starting tackles, no Quentin Nelson, no Downs, Pittman, or who's the other guy? Ashton, not Ashton Doolin, but I'm drawing a blank. Alex Pierce. Yeah, the top 3 wide receivers and your top 3 tackles, Jonathan Taylor, were all unavailable.
Yeah, it's weird that there's a free rusher to destroy his ass. It's not what you want to see in the preseason.
But personally, like if Richardson is taking the steps forward, you would have hoped in entering his year 3 campaign, like that play doesn't happen. Like that play's not happening to 90% of starting NFL quarterbacks. Like they're standing there at the line looking at who the free rushers are before they take the snap, and they're like, oh fuck, that guy, he's already tipped his hand. They're like, hey, now I gotta look hot. Now I gotta tell someone to just kind of be aware, because that was it almost felt like a little bit of a setup or a test, and he failed, I thought. And now
I've seen that as a take.
What?
Where
it was somebody, a little bit of it. Yeah.
Well, somebody just said like, we're going to put him out here and show that he's not prepared to like read defenses and advance in his NFL career to becoming more than
that's they set him up to fail. I think it was maybe more like they didn't know, and they're like, oh
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that.
I don't think
idea that
there
the
was
whole
something
surprise
malicious about
is,
putting him out there.
I think you gotta let that. I think you gotta let that ship sail. And actually, like my ears are going to be open all weekend for like, are they kicking the tires on any unhappy quarterbacks who could start week 1, who are in other teams?
Ryan disagrees, blaming the quarterback for the free rusher. It's not all on him, but the quarterback at the line needs to be making adjustments.
Aware, yeah.
And that's, I don't know, was the starting center out there? I don't think
it was
so.
not. It was the I think it was the starting center.
So if you have your starting center and your starting quarterback, and they're not able to adjust to what they see coming,
it was Tanner Bartolini
to the line. It's not ideal. I mean, somebody needs to shift somebody around, or
just
like
instead of like dropping back and looking to the left, like that was where you were always intending to go with that ball, that pass. Like that was the issue that I had, which is he didn't even turn his head to the right at all, which means he didn't see the guy coming free, or at least even kind of consider that was possible. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's one play. It's tough to say.
Well, that's the other thing is like you needed more than what you needed. You needed a freaking 20 snaps from him in preseason week 1, and you got like 5.
That is the worst part of that. It's just like you didn't get to see enough of him because you're still trying to make a determination between cow shit and pig shit. You got just two kinds of shit here, and one of them has to start. It feels like it feels like we're gonna have somebody's gonna get a good coordinator in the offseason.
Interesting. I think that's reasonable.
I mean,
speaking of,
Steichen might be in the market to like get another head coaching job, but
he might be coming back to replace whoever guy they put in Philly. If Philly has a freaking locker room reunion this year,
people will be so mad about that. Dude, Philly gets Steichen back.
Can you imagine the Monstars in an odd year with Fangio and Steichen in the building? Oh my God, that's not fair.
And I think they keep Fangio too for as long as they want. I'm not sure Fangio ever wants to be like taking head coaching jobs. I mean, maybe correct me if I'm wrong if you're a Philly guy and you've heard otherwise, but kind of seems like he's just happy to be the best DC, and that's really awesome for them to be able to keep some continuity there. Manning to the Colts. I mean, we've seen that once. What does anybody have any read in this? The Arch Manning / Archie Manning stuff where he says, no, he's playing 4 years. He's not going to be in the draft. I seen a very funny tweet from it was a Saints fan account where they said like, we're going to suck ass next year too. We can play this game.
That's fair. Good. That's good. My take, you ready for it?
Yeah.
Clogged up my fucking beat writer timeline yesterday. I don't give a fuck. Like that was obnoxious. There was 500 tweets about Arch Manning.
There were a lot.
I'm like, I want to see the joint practice news. Like, get this shit out of here. I was pissed that was all over the place yesterday. Do not care. The idea of knowing what Arch Manning's going to do and regardless of how he plays this year is absurd. Anyway, the other kind of news and notes from camp that I'm kind of following. Somebody brought this up in the deep dive Discord, and God damn it, I wish I could give him direct credit. It might have been Edub, but the Commanders Patriots joint practice was just an offensive success, orgy in Foxborough, to the tune of like, if the offenses are doing that well in the joint practices on both sides of the ball, there's sometimes a whiff of mission accomplished from the joint practices, and then the game itself becomes very vanilla and or a chance for the defense to do a little space saving. And so I think both coaches both coaches being defensive coaches and seeing their units get freaking thrashed, probably going to give their guys a little bit of an extra Pep today, and I played the under there. It is steaming up. It is up to 35, which in the sentiment of how Steam has done in this preseason is a great sign if you have under 34. So I actually have under 34 and a half. It's up to 35. I think I think the under
total
there is a good
Steam on the totals have been bad. Steam on the sides have been good.
Oh, no way. Didn't Bengals get steamed to bejesus? Colts got steamed to bejesus. They both lose outright. I don't even think they covered their teaser numbers.
I thought the Seattle number started lower.
Oh, Seattle.
Yeah, okay, I'm wrong. I'm dead. No, I'm dead wrong.
Yeah, Steam on sides are getting crushed.
I forgot the Lions got hit hard again before. No, it went back to the Chargers. There was
it closed with Lions. A little bit of Lions
did it?
pop.
All right, never mind.
Yeah, very, very into the close. And by the way,
Steam keeps going back and forth.
People are playing the preseason zigzag betting the Lions today. I don't know if you saw that. They're out to 3.5, largely because they looked so horrible in the Hall of Fame game.
This is what happens when I go to
zigzag.
This is what happens when I go to the water park all day. I don't pay attention
to
where
you lose track of the
market. I don't know where I had
kids like it.
Barely left the cabana.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, like
good
300
work.
pages into a book, took a nap, had a slushy, went to a nice brewery in Waterloo, Iowa.
See, I would have just been staring at my phone stewing about Arch Manning posts.
I did burn up a lot of battery checking golf, which is annoying because it's like, it's not a good tournament, guys.
I dig it. All right. The injury front, the injury news circulation yesterday. There was one other news and note question swirling about this degree of severity of CJGJ's ACL.
Yeah, that steam went back and forth too.
Yeah,
because it was like, oh, he's done, he's out, ACL's torn, and then reports to the contrary.
Kind of bummed, matters. Honestly. My I feel like one of the most tried and true info guys is Aaron Wilson,
100%.
And he was wrong, very wrong about the CJGJ ACL distance surgery. And
I was just gonna say,
we're not to the finish line yet, but it was kind of wild seeing Aaron Wilson tack, because he's usually pretty North Arrow true. And it is funny when he's wrong, he goes back and just retweets stuff that was further down his timeline to push that one down, which cracks me up.
It's funny too that, I mean, the people that tweeted it or reported it are the kind of people that do it on like one source and like a sketchy source. So it feels like the Rice thing, or we've seen this before where it's like, pump the brakes. We need to test this more. And then a week later, like, it is indeed torn. The second test said the same thing as the first one. So I'm not going to make some proclamation. Need to wait. It's not like this is something that's going to, move the Super.
A lot of guys walking over to him to give him a handshake, usually a bad sign. So I don't know. I'm expecting CJGJ misses meaningful time. And, while that is still an exceptionally strong unit, that's probably the positional group you least want to see someone get popped. And also, by the way, Jimmy Ward is very much dealing with some serious legal trouble, so he may not be available as well. So all of a sudden you might have some big old question marks in your safety room, and we could see a little bit of a weak middle there with MJ Stewart and Kalen Bullock getting starts in what is otherwise a really good defense. So my head is on a swivel for Texans just being nowhere near as good as the market thinks. That's one of the biggest I'm off market to the bads, I gotta tell you.
Well, we both have it as a top 5 defense, regardless. Even with this out, with him out, if let's say knees torn, it's still a top 5 defense. That number might tumble a little as the weeks go on, and some of that might be the game state that defense has to play in. If the offense, this is the butterfly effect thing that happens when your offensive line is like turns out to be bottom 5. You suddenly have these wide receivers that don't have time to get open. Your quarterback's getting hit constantly. You're getting just penetration on run blitzes. You can't run the ball. Suddenly your offense is like 25th in the league, and the defense has to do it. And you see that where eventually those defenses, it's like the Jets, we talked about that. Hey, this is a great defense. 3/4 of the way through the year, it kind of quit. And some of it was Salah missing, but there can be effort levels that drop when the offense just sucks ass. And I worry that we're looking at this as a top 2 defense, essentially. I mean, I said top 5 to give it a little berth, but this is a very high-end defense. And we might look at the end of the year and look at the metrics and be like, this was the 17th best defense by most of the things I tracked because they were constantly in bad game states.
Well, the other thing I got to just put a freaking solid exclamation point on your point. What is their strength? It's the pass rush.
Yeah.
How useful is that if you're down 17 points and the team is just running on you, right? Yeah. Like the pass rush is the most effective at helping you put away a lead, not come back from 17 down. So yeah, if the Texans offense continually stubs their toes in first halves of games, it takes away the strength of the team. You know when a DeMeco Ryans defense, what it was super complimentary with? A Kyle Shanahan offense, because then you could go get a lead and he could just snuff out the opposition. So I'm very very sketched out. If they weren't in the AFC South, I think we would be like, oh baby, this is the mother of all bets. Like bet against this team. Like, but
yes, as we just shat all over.
They might still make
Colts.
the playoffs at like 9-8. Yeah.
Yeah, we just shat on the Colts. We're very uncertain on Tennessee. Jacksonville is,
yeah.
Lord knows,
dude.
Lord
Jacksonville
knows.
is counting on a rookie playing on both sides of the ball to save them.
Yeah.
Good luck. One rookie on both sides of the ball is going to save us. Good luck. I think
Tom's saying the same thing. They might still just I mean, that might be if Jacksonville struggles. This is still a team that may win the division with 8 or 9 wins.
I gotta be honest with you. When we get to the AFC South, I might make a case for Tennessee
as a massive long shot in a division where because
I haven't bet it yet.
We do this with a lot of shitty teams. Even some of the worst teams, we say like, what is their upside? Their upside is like 8 or 9 wins if everything clicks. I mean, we even said that probably about the Giants, who we think really stink. We said, if this pass rush is okay and Russell Wilson is just mid or they get anything, they could still win some games. I mean, maybe not the Saints or some of the really shitty teams we talk about, but Tennessee, I think we believe in some of the coaching staff. You don't know what you have in the quarterback. If you get a Jaden Daniels year, if you get, even a little below that, if you get a good quarterback season in this division, they can for sure win games. So
you know why?
Big fucking number.
You want to know the only reason I haven't bet it? Because they're 7.5 point dogs at Denver week 1.
Yeah, I probably can wait.
Probably could wait. But I do think that's live-ish. At least my antenna are up. And it is funny to me, by the way, that the Colts play the Dolphins. Like the two teams with the absolute nut lowest vibes who are not the Browns and the Saints. Like the fact that those two teams are playing each other week 1 cracks me up pretty hard. All right. Anything else? News and notes you want to cover?
A few things to touch on. Again, thank you to Circa Sports, Survivor, Circa Millions, 7 for being sponsors. We will be doing some podcasts from the desert in 2 weeks, live together from Radio Row. Maxing, it's like doing a 1 entry into 150 max DFS. It's not as fun. You got to have this portfolio built with, different ownerships of players you have certain amount of trust in. So they have been all over this Torrey Horton guy. They're wrong like 80% of the time. I mean, I have
30% Torrey Horton exposure, man. Don't tell me that.
Don't
tell me they're wrong.
I'm not saying they're wrong about Torrey Horton.
Joking,
I know, but I'm saying these guys that start doing it in March, they latch onto these people and they're like, this running back, I'm grabbing a ton of him in the late rounds. He can probably start, and that guy gets cut. I mean, that happens a lot. That's how that works. But they put names on your radar, and Torrey Horton, I guess it's preseason and it's camp and stuff, but I'm not like a big Marquez Valdez Scantling guy. I'm not saying this is a rookie of the year candidate because there's Cup and there's JSN and honestly a couple running backs that catch the ball. I think there's too many mouths to feed, but fuck, that guy might be a starter. He looks okay.
He looks okay. You know what's actually, I'm so glad you brought that player and that team up. You know why? So far, all of the questions and the uncertainty that was swirling in my head about the Seahawks is getting answered affirmatively, right? Like the opposite of the Colts, right?
Yeah.
Like the Seahawks, like, oh, god damn, the defensive side of the ball, fucking mint, complete, like top 5 unit. If they're not, I'll be shocked. Could be top 1. Who knows? Offensive side of the ball, we have this litany of questions, right? And so far, they're all kind of getting good answers from what I'm seeing and hearing and reading, which is exciting because it's like, oh shit, the Seahawks might be quietly like a dangerous team in the NFC West. They got an easy schedule, just like the Niners do. It's not quite as easy, but it's easy. Stafford and the Rams are a massive question mark, and the Niners situation is starting to get fucking crazy, man, with the injuries to this wide receiver group, right? Like, I'm fine reading clips about how amazing Ricky Pearsall looks. Because I have a Super Bowl bet on the Niners. I would love to see that have any kind of life. I would like my first bet of the year not to be just a crumpled up and burn it week 1.
Yeah, fire.
You know? Yeah, but at the same time, like, I'm starting to feel very cold about the way that the Niners camp is going with the amount of injuries they're accruing, and all of their questions are kind of being answered negatively, except for people just kind of glowing about Ricky Pearsall. But you know what the problem is? Like, I great that Brock Purdy and Ricky Pearsall have this like elite connection and are super, in sync. But you know what? It's not Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, Juwan Jennings, guys that we know have a proven track record of beating CB1s in the NFL. And so it's like, I kind of am like, oh, like this is positive camp class. Wonderful. But so he's great at the point of, the point of the catch. He's elite there. Great. Like, can he create separation? Right. Like, is Brock Purdy going to have enough protection to get the ball to him or allow him to get separation, right? Like, there's the fact that he's your wide receiver 1 feels pretty fucking sketchy to me, I gotta tell you. And a lot of the Niners cloud is starting to get gray again, I gotta say.
Some of the thought process I had around the game, and again, it's a preseason tie against the Raiders. You don't want to take too much away, but if the offense is sharp, I feel like Clint Kubiak was a name we liked. And then he was in a pretty bad situation. And it's like, it's hard to evaluate this guy. And I think we think Mike McDonald is a good coach and a good leader and a good decision maker. And he's, they got rid of Grubb. They wanted a new voice in the room.
Dude, you know whose stock continues to go down is Grubb.
Yeah.
The people can't help but continue to bury that guy, even though he's gone. Like, what the fuck is going on there?
So that's what I'm saying. We had high hopes for that offense last year. And I think some of it might have just come down to, well, we didn't have the right guy in place, and maybe we do now. And if they do have an OC that is capable of competing against the NFL's defensive coordinators and putting game plans and schemes together with some pretty good skill position group players. And we'll see on quarterback. Who knows? This is an offense that's probably trending up for me.
Yeah. And the Niners offense is trending down.
And the Rams, who knows? We're getting epidurals. I asked my wife about that. I'm like, is that where your legs didn't work for like 4 hours? Because when you had a baby, she's like,
you got to give Mike Tanier the shout for his little commentary on the Niners wide receiver position in his Substack, which is very enjoyable reading in general. He's still in preseason mode. There's a couple. I've been skipping some of his stuff, I'll admit. But I like
some
it
of it. It's just not like it's like
there's nothing to say yet. Yeah, there's nothing to say yet. Yeah, but I did really like his commentary on the wide receivers for the Niners, which is very, very prescient. And it's like, you brought in Demarcus Robinson, you were counting on him. He might be in jail. Like, there's no guarantee he'll be available for you at all in the first month of the season. You're bringing in this like kind of rotating cast of characters down roster just to try to see if you can find anything there, and you're just bringing in a guy, cutting him, bringing in a guy, cutting him. Right now, chosen Robbie Anderson is on the roster. Did you know that? EQSB, Equanimous St. Brown on the roster. He's been on the roster twice now. They cut him and then brought him back in place of Andy Isabella. The Jordan Watkins rookie experience.
Yeah, Andy Isabella is
incomplete.
He's a returner. Like it's hard to find a guy to fill that spot. Apparently,
Russell Gage looks bad. Like there's a lot of issues going on with everything down past Ricky Pearsall in the wide receivers room for the Niners, and that's a problem. Defense too. Like you're expecting these rookies to step in and be meaningful contributors, and Michael Williams already hurt. I'm very interested to get an update today on what happened to Williams, because he was kind of your answer to fix the run defense, which was terrible last year. Kevin Givens hurt. Now you're asking Collins and CJ West to step up and be huge, difference makers as a second and a fourth round rookie. Like there's a lot of concern, I would say, in the early part of August about the way that the Niners camp is trending for me. Anyway.
Deep dive medical. Yeah. I don't know a lot about epidurals, but I know my wife's legs didn't work, and she was probably still as much of a rushing threat as Stafford at that point, because he is getting old. I think he's my feeling, he's going to be fine. This is all just, this guy's been through 17 freaking training camps or whatever. It's going to be, we need to take care of his back rather than get him reps right now. Let's get him healthy and then just shoot him full of fucking Toradol every week.
Yeah. Xavier McKinney injury for the Packers worth following. He's got a calf. He matters a lot.
Yeah, calves can be kind of nagging, where it doesn't sound like a bad injury because it's not like a ligament or a joint, but those
for now.
Those can. Oh yeah, that's exactly. They can turn into a weakened Achilles, and then you're out a year once that thing pops. So yeah, that was a massive get for them, and that matters a ton for that secondary. So because remember, we're not in love with the cornerback room there, or at least I was lower than you, I believe, but he needs to be back there for sure. Not only for that, but for run stop.
My glowing number was largely because he's so good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's the buoy that the other four guys are hanging on to.
Yeah.
So that will be a pretty big blow to a defense that we thought could come around quite a bit. So keep an eye on it. If it's just a minor strain, he sits out a week and he's back, we should be good.
Okay. So just whip around. Stock up Seahawks offense, stock down Niners offense and defense, stock up Rams defense, stock down Rams offense. The Rams defense was so freaking good against the Cowboys.
So we don't talk about you.
Cardinals. I haven't even read anything about the Cardinals. I'm assuming they're having a camp. I'm assuming. But
somewhere they're playing football.
I've seen random clips of Marvin Harrison Jr. catching balls against third string cornerbacks, and he's catching them. So
that is weird. I haven't seen anything on they might not be having a camp.
Yeah. Chargers stock down offense because of the injury to Slater. Raiders stock down everywhere. I'm not loving anything about there.
They didn't look like they were prepared in camp. Like they didn't look like they were doing full speed stuff. Like you get this every year in the preseason and week one where it's like, hey, this team's been tackling in camp and this team hasn't. And this team's been doing full speed 11 on 11 more with their offense. And this team, you see some of that in week one where you can just tell like the practices are set up different.
Yeah. The Chiefs offense stock up. Simmons sounds like the absolute real deal. Denver, everything stock up. They're having an amazing camp. That's kind of my West whip around. You got any other
Vikings and Bears quarterback
down?
Quarterback's down. Like they're issues in camp with both guys, both youngsters. So we'll see. There might be a gap in the NFC between the haves and the have-nots.
Three guys in camp. Kyler Harrison and a fourth-string quarterback. That's what it feels like. Every fucking clip
I haven't got any news. I feel like I need to go to Birds Wire or whatever their beat reporter website is.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I would be remiss to mention too. I tweeted about this yesterday, but I want you guys to go check out this odd screen over at 4for4 because it's free. It's you remember Odds Jam and how it costs like $1 million a year?
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like that, but not $1 million a year. It's
hell yeah.
much more affordable. It's got the pick'em tool if you play Prize Picks and stuff, but it's got a pretty good odds screen and also kind of one of those things that just tells you like, hey, here's an edge according to our ratings in the WNBA tonight. If you are the kind of person who wants to make 300 bets a day, I think you're gonna like it. Happy 8 years, Pizza Man. So check that out. It's free right now. Go check that out at 4for4.com. Those guys, I hang out with those guys every day.
Showtime asks if Bet the Edge pod coming back this year. Sounds like no. From the feedback we've gotten, of course, Jay and I have been kind of recording these short form 2-minute videos every morning that have been going on like the NBC News and NBC Sports like feeds as far as autoplay videos. Apparently we're reaching like 10 to 100 times more eyeballs with that than we were with the podcast. And management, I think, from what I've heard, is very happy about the increased exposure that they're getting, at least metrics that they can show advertisers with those clips. So I think that is how that content will continue. But Andy and I haven't entirely decided if Deep Dive Daily will be a daily thing over the.
Well,
we probably should.
Here's the thing. I was thinking of something.
Okay.
Like Chernoff's not doing his thing this year.
No.
So my first, well, that's the thing. I said my first reaction was like, well, I'm going to have to do more work in the mornings now instead of just taking notes and then double checking stuff from his podcast. So like we might have to do just like a 10-minute whip around kind of.
Chernoff just taking some time off or what?
I don't know. You know how and I love Adam, and I know some people don't because of various things in his past. Over the 15 years he's done a million different things. He never seems happy with what he's doing. I mean, not that he doesn't enjoy, but he always seems like there's always something else he wants to try. Like, I'm going to do this next.
He's a discoverer.
Yeah. He remember he had the simple handicap. He'd be like printed those notebooks for people to like do their handicapping in. You know, he worked for like some casino game thing.
Sure.
Obviously he ran a lottery in the Dominican Republic. So I think he is working for a sports book now.
Oh, is that right?
Not with RAS anymore, but yeah, I don't know. We might have to just fake the simple handicap in the mornings just because I'm going to have to do that work myself anyway.
Okay. All right. If you want to do it, let's do it. I'm fine with that. And then Wednesdays we do this traditional deep dive.
Yeah.
All right. I like that. Let's play. And Wednesdays we do, and then Fridays we also talk about our millions picks for the shared contest we're doing.
Yes, we're gonna. If anybody missed that, we're gonna split an entry, and then we're gonna come up with some system to make our 5 picks using math, science, and heart. and we're gonna win. We're gonna cash. I think we're gonna cash.
All right. Wine of the week. What are you up to this weekend? What's your weekend plan?
Weekend.
Is it fall by you, by the way? Because the weather here turned pretty aggressive.
It had been nice for a couple weeks. Now it's going to be like 90 degrees for a few days. So probably chilling. Maybe go golfing with the kid. He's getting a little tall. I noticed his clubs are short. I got to go get him fitted for longer clubs. I'm like, oh, buddy, I didn't realize. Like you'd grown. So maybe some golf club shopping is always fun because I can pretend I need a driver too and just hit a bunch on their simulator. I love that. Otherwise, taking it easy because I gotta travel to Lost Wages next Wednesday.
Nice. Well, if you're out golfing, can't recommend highly enough the drink of the summer. The drink of the summer has been the Surfside teas. Have you tried those yet?
I don't like sweet tea.
It's not sweet.
Okay. Like
it's the appropriate amount of sweetness. In fact, it's significantly less sweet than any of the high noons. Right.
Okay. Even like I don't mind an Arnold Palmer, but I'm more of a 70-30 kind of mix with the lemonade. I still like regular tea. So Surfside vodka iced tea. I was gonna hit the liquor store on the way home.
They have the multi-pack where they have like a raspberry one, a peach one, a half and half, and a plain tea. I think you probably like the plain the best. So if you can find just the plain tea, give that a go. You can buy them in the tall boys as well if you just want to try one, I think.
Yeah.
So
they have flavors, huh? I might try it.
Yeah.
I will say the only sweet tea I'll ever drink is at the world-renowned Italian restaurant, the Olive Garden. they have a peach tea. It's really good. And there's fresh peach slices in it. It's pretty solid. So maybe I could get by with like I don't mind a raspberry tea.
The raz and the peach are very good. The half and half with the lemonade is a little on the sweet side for me. And actually, what's funny is we got the multi-pack and I was 50-50ing with the full tea and the 50-50. So I was 75-25ing, which is exactly what you were saying. But yeah, the Surfside teas, I can't do claw really anymore. Just the carbonation was just kind of tough on me, and the sweetness was kind of tough on me. And the teas are much more kind of vegetal. You know, it's not it's more complicated.
Is that part of getting older? I don't love carbonate. I don't love carbonation like I used to.
Yeah, it must be.
Like, I feel really full after drinking this. This sucks.
What's your favorite wine from the Italian restaurant Olive Garden? Obviously, it's the Chianti in the jug that they put on the table, right?
Yes. I have. I mean, that's one where you don't want to spend money because like the cheapest wine is about as good as the third from the bottom. Just
no question.
Get like the house red, man.
I don't have a wine of the week, so I'll use this to springboard. If you are shopping for a Chianti, right? There are effectively, and there's more. Obviously, this is a simplification. There are effectively two red grapes that matter in Italy. There is the Sangiovese, which they use to make Chianti, Super Tuscans. I'm sure you heard of Super Tuscans before, right? Obviously, who hasn't heard of Super Tuscans? Generally, it's a little drier. It's served with pasta, red sauce, meat. Chianti. What else does Chianti go good with, Andy?
Fava beans
and liver, of course, of course. But yeah, so Sangiovese. I don't know. I may be misstating, but I'm pretty sure like the Montepulciano, Montalcinos, Valpolicella. I think those are all kind of in that Sangiovese space as well. But I might be wrong. That might be entirely different grapes. I don't know Italian wine that well. But the other major grape besides Sangiovese is Nebbiolo, and Nebbiolo is grown in the Piedmont region, which is over by Turin, closer to France. And in the high,
you might know it as Torino if you watch the Olympics.
You might know it as Torino, and Nebbiolo is much more of like a super sophisticated nose. Tar, roses, haunting bouquet. Everyone describes Nebbiolo, or at least what's the fucking specific Nebbiolo there? Barolo has like this specific bouquet that everybody goes bananas over. So if you, we'll circle back on that in the fall though. Like Barolo is a fall winter wine. That's a wine you open for, around Halloween,
Thanksgiving.
Halloween for sure is my Barolo season. But find yourself a good Sangiovese. Chianti Classico
people are making fun of the Olive Garden. So it's not good food. Actually, you know what? The soup is pretty good, and I like their salad dressing. I buy their salad dressing from Costco to put it on. It's good Italian dressing the way I like it. But I'd say like 9 out of 10 times, the last 9 out of 10 times I've been to the Olive Garden, it's because my wife is crabby or she's having a bad week. And you go in there.
A bad week, huh?
You go to the bar. You just sit in the bar area with one of the little booths. And this is specific to her. And you get her, she likes Di Serono sour. You get her a drink, and then you order 3 or 4 things from the dessert menu. Like that fixes her every time. We're not at no. Get your breadsticks the fuck out of here, bud. No, I don't want it. No, it's 3 desserts and 2 drinks. That's what you need. Just need that. It's pretty good tiramisu.
Yeah,
All
happy
things
happy
considered.
wife, happy life. Andy has a successful marriage because he knows what to do when his wife is having a bad week,
Tiramisu.
which
It's
happens
always
occasionally. I'm
chocolate
assuming.
lasagna.
Yeah.
Well, it's usually work or kids. It's not me. It's not me. I don't have a husband. I need to get a husband of the year coffee mug to prove it.
The world famous Italian cuisine. About.
No, and that's the thing. She doesn't want to eat some terrible like
Of course.
fettuccine.
Carb bomb. Yeah. No, she wants the dessert. Yeah.
I make my own fettuccine sauce at home, and it's obviously miles better.
Okay, of course. Well, find yourself a
fettuccine
good
sauce. What am I saying? Alfredo sauce. Excuse me.
Find yourself a good Chianti Classico this weekend. I don't have a specific brand to mention, but if it's got a DOCG on the label, then it probably
DOCG.
It probably passes muster. In fact, you know what? Do something fun. Get the one that's in the little woven basket. Those are good wines. They really are. $16.
Quick story there, and then we'll go because we've overstayed our time.
We've blown by. Yeah.
The little everyone knows the wine where it has the fatter bottom, and the woven basket with the straps going to the top.
Yeah.
I was kind of fucked up, I guess. And it was like the second or third bottle we were getting into, but my wife or somebody walked in on me and asked what I was doing. So for some reason, I felt like I had to get that basket off to get the wine open. And I'm just sitting there peeling it. And they're like, what are you doing, Andy? I'm like, I'm opening this wine. They're like, you can just leave that on. Just pull the cap off.
It specifically prevents the drippage from getting on the tablecloth.
For some reason,
it's very useful having that on there.
I really needed to get that off. And
you don't even need a wine shoe. The basket does it for you.
By the way, it's glued on there. It does not come off. I was highly unsuccessful.
One real quick tip, because people are clamoring for a brand name. Do not pay extra for a Chianti Classico Reserva. In my opinion, stick with just Chianti Classicos. Find something in the $16 to $20 range. If you're at Totmo, what do I have written down here?
I'm getting the surf sides, baby.
Yeah, you should get some surf sides for sure. The Mileto is like a sub $20 bottle from Tomo. That's the one I usually grab. It's a Chianti Classico. 2021 was a pretty good year. Goes great with pasta and red sauce or grilled pork. Pizza. If you're gonna have pizza this weekend, Chianti Classico and pizza are a pretty phenomenal pair. All right, man. Let's call it. People in the chat, you guys had a great Friday. Good job.
Great
Job,
chat.
you guys.
Good job, chat. It's the 8th anniversary of the chat. Actually, no, it's not. We used to do just a podcast.
We used to do just a podcast, and then at one point it was a Periscope. You remember the Periscope days?
You should bring that back.
God. Ooh, OBS, trying to weave together 2 video streams.
Google Hangouts.
Oh my Lord. Oof.